What's up, Aries? Welcome to your July 2021 general reading. This is going to be for you, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. But remember, it's not going to hit home for all of you guys. So definitely check out your other placements for more messages, okay? Let's just get into this. I'm excited. It looks like we've got a lot to talk about. Aries, we're in Cancer season, which means we're all collectively, and especially you guys, we're dealing with fourth house energies, right? Which is all about your foundations, your emotional stability, your family, the mother, all the home things. That's really kind of the main focus going on with you guys this month. There also is going to be a full moon at the end of the month, I believe on the 23rd of July in Aquarius, which there will be another full moon in Aquarius right after that in August. This July full moon is going to be at 1 degree. The August full moon is going to be at 29 degrees. So it's very likely that the things that the new things that happen, or the things, that are significant around that time of full moon for you at the end of this month, it's very, very, very likely that they'll kind of come full circle and become important at that next full moon as well. So that's something to keep in mind. It's almost like the full culmination of something. Also with that, it's interesting this month. There's a lot of healing to go around with you guys. Now, this also put you in a position to ask yourself some questions about what you want to do. Now, you've got the Judgment card that's sitting here, as the unseen energy. So, Judgment to me is like that mix of Libra, Scorpio energy. You've got the aspect of making decisions, right? And kind of like justice that comes up in the card, but also that second chance, right? When you see the Judgment card, there is an opportunity to try something over in a different way. And for you guys, that seems like it's popping up, especially as it pertains to your family. There's a lot of that going on. What I will say is you've got 3 major arcana out of the 6 cards I pulled. You start out with the Star card. I really do believe that no matter what happens this month, I do think that there's a lot of healing that can happen from things. Now, what I will say is after the Star card, you have the Tower card, which is not easy energy, right? It's connected to Mars, which is your ruling planet. And then we've got the Cancer card of the Chariot here, right? So 3 major arcana to start us off, which are all powerful. Now with the Star card, we've got that element of healing and vulnerability. I wouldn't be surprised if there's something that comes out this month, especially maybe within your home or family dynamic, that causes maybe some friction and then causes maybe a chance for a revival or a chance of coming together. Now, if there is a blow up or something that happens, it's likely to happen in that first week of July. So by the time I'm talking to you, it's like shit's already probably hit the fan, right? And I say that because we were dealing with this fixed T-square in the beginning of July between the planets of Mars, Saturn, and Uranus. And fixed T-squares are not easy. They're hard aspects. So generally, the things that come from them, the events that come from them that, come from them are hard. They're challenging. They're not easy. They're not the things that you hope for and wish for. Now, with this 5 of Cups here, that's clarifying the Star card, it feels like some of you guys are in this space where something from the past almost has a grip on you. So there could be some way that you've been maybe slighted in the past by your partner, by your employer, by your whatever, by yourself, right? But there's also I almost feel like there's this, for many of you Aries, this longing for things to go back to how they used to be. And I say that, and I'm skipping over, but I say that because you do have a 6 of Cups here, which talks about innocence. It talks about nostalgia. It talks about soulmate energy. And this is sitting right underneath that Star and 6 of Cups, and it's in your environment. So there may be something I feel like for some of you guys, especially with that T-square in the beginning of the month, there is almost like there's something that has a grip on you, if it's something in the past, maybe something that didn't work out, or something that you feel really bad about could even be. Like I said, it is most likely, it feels like, to happen in the beginning of the month. But I will say is after that, next week on the like 12th, 13th, we have a Mars Venus conjunction. So I do feel like that kind of does bring that healing element to the situation. Maybe it's something where you figure out you do want to clear home. I do feel like this is directly affecting your home. So whether this is like your spouse, whether you're married or something, or like this is something between you and your kids, there's something that arises this month that is not easy, and it kind of brings new challenges to the home. Um, Now with the Chariot card, there that is a victory. There is success there. Um, mm, you know, I would say you're advised to not argue with people right now. We see the Five of Swords, that is about empty fights. If you've got something to say, um, and you want to stand 10 toes down on it, that's one thing, and say it. But this isn't a time to be picking at little fights. Now, we've got Venus that's going to be going into Virgo on the 16th of this month. Right now, it's in Leo, which is a fun, fiery time. Great. When it goes into Virgo, for you guys, I'm sorry, when it goes into Leo, it will be going into Leo. When it goes into Leo, I'm thinking of Mars. When Venus goes into Leo, that will be a really great time in terms of like romance, reconnection, a spark, even a focus on kids, creativity, that type of thing within your relationships. So maybe for some of you guys, it's as simple as, hey, we need to switch up the routine. We need to put in more work, more effort in these things. We need to, maybe be more expressive and find ways to be a little bit more creative and expressive to your partner, those things. But yeah, there are some issues, I will say, that are also coming up around family dynamics that need to be addressed and need to be dealt with, right? And for some of you guys, there is like this longing and this feeling bad because we're just so stuck on when times were good, when, things were good. It's something to be aware of. You got the Ace of Cups. That's clarifying the Six of Cups. So there is a chance for something to be restored, right? There is a chance for forgiveness, some type of give and take. We've got the Temperance card here. Could be dealing with the Sagittarius energy, but Temperance energy is really about having patience and kind of finding the flow with things. So this might be something that requires you and your partner, or you and your, kids, you and your parents, to find the flow and kind of have patience with each other. And maybe like, either you or them apologize. It feels like it's an apology for you guys, though, for some of you. Yeah. Just getting the strong sense that something may occur, and it may be something as little as like a misunderstanding, an argument, but for some reason it's showing up as having a bigger impact, right? It's like someone could look at this one single isolated incident and be like, yo, this isn't even that big of a deal. Why are you still holding on to it? But it's really not about this one single isolated incident. It's really about everything catching up, and like this one isolated incident was the trigger, right? I do feel like there's hope for healing, but there's going to be work, involved. You got the Ten of Wands here. Ten of Wands is very much an energy of I'm overwhelmed. I'm doing all the things. I'm breaking my back over here. This also has to do with your health, mental and physical. So make sure that you are paying attention to that. If you know full well you need to be scheduling some appointments, be doing that. Like, be taking care of your health. You've also got, what is that? Mars that's going into Virgo. That's why I kept getting hung up on Virgo. Mars is going into Virgo this month. And Virgo is all about sixth house energy, which has a lot to do with, yes, your routines, your service to others, your work, but also your health, right? So making sure that you're staying on top of that. You do have this hope and healing card, and like this, so you've got the Star card twice. So wish fulfillment twice, which is great. Good message there. but there's also like this healing element that's coming from some of it. So definitely some of you guys, if you haven't been feeling well, or if you know that like it's time for your checkup, definitely be scheduling all these things, being on top of these things this month, because it is showing up in your cards. Okay. You want to make sure that you're moving your body. This month you can easily get burnt out, and not even just burnt out like physically, like burnt out from other people's energies, right? We are in the energy of that fourth house of the I feel of Cancer, and it can be a really kind of uncomfortable place for a lot of people. You know, emotions are kind of just high in Cancer season no matter what. So easy physical burnout, easy emotional burnout. Give your time to space. Give yourself the time, give yourself the space, give yourself the opportunities to be vulnerable in the ways that you need to, right? In order to get to the next level. Now, your last card here is Five of Wands, which talks about competition. It talks about also, you know, like people not being on the same page, right? In the original depictions, you've got all these different warriors that are basically fighting, but you really can't tell who's on whose team. You can't tell what's supposed to be, like there's no direction, there's no sense of leadership, there's no none of that. So there's some of that maybe for you guys has been lacking, right? And it's interesting that you guys have this Five of Wands card, and then on it, it says competition, right? That's the key word. I'm going to skip to something. In your oracle cards, you have cooperation instead of competition. So it says, what's yours is yours and no one can take it from you. There's no need to compete. There's also an abundance as there's an abundance for all. You have complete access to unlimited abundance for yourself and to share with others. With cooperative partnerships, you can accomplish anything. So being really aware of that in your work situations, right? Teamwork, make the dream work. In your relationships, you know, sometimes in relationships, people could feel like they're, you know, with someone who's trying to compete with them instead of being their partner. Is that something that maybe some of you guys are dealing with at this time? That's something that would need to be addressed. Now you got the Magician here, which is, you know, he's powerful. He's confident. He's got all the tools. He's got all the goods. He's got all the things that he needs to have in order to make whatever he needs to pop. Now, my only fear is that he's sitting here with the Five of Wands card, which on the flip side of a magician, like being the powerful and confident and like wonderful, like being that he is, he can also be really manipulative. He can gaslight. He can do the trickery and the sorcery shit, right? So this could indicate, like within a relationship, maybe someone not being all the way honest or forthright with you, maybe you feeling like there's fear of other people in the relationship. These are all things that can come up this month. Especially you've got the single ladies card here. These are all things that can come up this month, but I don't feel like it's hopeless. I do feel like there's a chance to fix this. Of course, there are situations that aren't fixable, right? So obviously use your discernment. But for some of you, it feels like there's opportunity for give and take. There's opportunity to restore the balance that's been lost recently with the conversation. And whatever happens this month, all right, Tower twice, whatever blow ups happen this month, it's because it was supposed to address the things, right? It was supposed to address this. Whenever we get Tower cards, it's literally the universe being like, okay, girl, you've been trying to act like you don't see this for a while, but I see this, and I'm just gonna like shut this down for you because you obviously cannot, and it's fine, no shade. I'm gonna help you out. Let me clear this out, right? Let me bring this to the table so that this can be addressed. Let me bring this up awkwardly so you'll have to fucking deal with it, right? And you've got two Tower cards here. So whatever happens this month, and especially in terms of your family, whether it's people you live with or not, like I said, it could be with your siblings, be with your parents, be with your children, it could be with your husband, your wife. But there's something that comes up this month that's significant in order for you guys to move forward and learn how to communicate and deal with one another in a completely different way, a way that is way more conducive to the relationship in the way that you guys want it to go, a way that works for you, a way that works for them, right? These are all coming up. So this is really, really beautiful. And then you've also got passion. You know, Venus in your, well, what's the word? Okay, so Venus in Cancer right now cute, right? Venus and Leo, cute. Like I said, like there's a lot of potential for a lot of flirting and romance and passion, especially for you single Aries, which might even bring opportunities for you single Aries to meet someone new this month, right? Um, because I'm feeling like, yeah, yeah, I'll leave it at that. There's an opportunity. I think this is going to be a powerful month. It feels like there's a lot that's going to hit you unexpectedly, but also as it hits you, you're like, I already seen this coming. Like, I already know why this had to happen. And it seems like it's all things that are really, really necessary for your overall growth. You got the Star card twice, you got the Tower twice. And it's interesting because the Tower card comes before the Star card. It's like there's that kaboom, right? And then there's the healing that comes afterwards. And you got both of those cards twice. So have at it, Aries. You know, work on that relationship, cooperate, don't compete with your partner, or vice versa if it's them doing that. And, you know, if you are needing a personal reading, you can reach out to me at shesbybetarot@gmail.com. If you like a live reading, you can schedule that yourself with the link that's provided in my About tab. And I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Bye, Aries.